So what is going on, people, and welcome to a new series here on the channel. As you can see in front of me, we have FIFA 21, a fairly brand new release that has been out a while at this point. But we are going to be doing a career mode here on the channel. So without any further ado, let us get this career mode started. If you are looking forward to this series, pop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on. God, you can tell I haven't said that before. But make sure you turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any uploads of this series. We are going to be doing a manager career. But what team, I hear you ask? Well, first and foremost, we have to pick a manager. I am going to go for this chap over here in the cap. We are not going to be Reading, despite the Reading badge on the coat. So, let us name our manager. There we go. So here we have Mr. JamoPlays from England. Let me just customise him as well. He doesn't look that much like me at the moment. So here we go then, Mr. JamoPlays. He's got the flat cap on. Obviously I'm wearing a hoodie, but there are no hoodies, so I've equipped him with a sweatshirt, some sweatpants, and I'm wearing slippers at this point, and boat shoes are the closest thing. We've got 2 slippers. So let's advance now, and here we decide who we are going to be for this career mode. Well, we are in fact going to stay in the Championship, but we are not going to be Reading. We are going to be someone that I'm not too familiar with, but obviously being a fan of the Championship, I've seen enough about them. They just survived in the Championship last season. I feel this could be a very good challenge. We are going to be Barnsley. Small transfer budget, but you know, not a lot expected of them. Only a 2-star team, so this is going to be a challenge. But we are going to proceed with Barnsley. A little road to glory, if you will. We will start on world-class 4-minute half lengths. Sterling currency, European competitions allowed, enable transfer window. I'm going to disable international job offers. They're just really annoying in career mode. I'm going to turn the negotiation strictness onto strict, disable the financial takeover. We are playing at Forest Park Stadium. That is fine with me. And without any further ado, let's get ahead into this career mode. So here we go then, we have to pick our pre-season tournament, and I'm inclined to go for the hardest one, the European International Cup. Now, I'm not going to be playing any of these friendlies, I am just going to be simming them, but we will use the quick sim or the interactive match sim just to look at that new feature this year. But yeah, I never play friendlies in FIFA, unlike Football Manager. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead in this one. Lots of French teams. Portsmouth in there as well, which should be a good test. Not too far from our level, I would say. But there are lots of things to address, especially in this year of career mode. So if we just have a quick look at our messages. Yeah, that's all good. We'll have a look at the expectations and everything in just a second. So that is our group for the pre-season tournament. Randers FC, Nancy and Clermont. If we have a look at the squad, Barnsley play 4-1-2-1-2. I will keep to this formation at the moment. On FIFA this year, I've been using it in Ultimate Team. I've found a lot of success with the 4-3-3. But I want to try and stick to as true to the Barnsley system as possible. So we will be sticking to this for now. If we have a quick look at the squad hub, quite a lot of players in here. In terms of overall, I hate when it does that. In terms of overall, our best player is Dominic Freezer, who I believe came in this summer. Is a left winger though. Doesn't fit into the system, interestingly. So we may change that accordingly then. We may have a second tactic with a winger. Ritzmaier has gone out on loan to Rapid Vienna, which is a shame. But Alex Mowat is there as well. Only 25 still. Feels like he's been around forever. So some decent players in there. Corley Woodrow there. Connor Chaplin. So something for us to build upon. It'll be interesting to see how this first season goes. Shortly I will go through and maybe sort out some development plans, which is a new feature in FIFA this year. Maybe we can grow some of these players. But as we said, in terms of transfer budget, 3 million to spend, 30k in wages might allow us to bring in a couple of decent players to help the squad out. If we have a look at the expectations of the board, they want us to reach the round of 32 stage of the FA Cup. That shouldn't be a problem. EFL Championship, avoid relegation. I'm fairly confident we can do that. Again, being one of the poorer sides in the division may be a bit of a tough test for us, but I backed myself. I played a bit on world class this year, and you know, I'm fairly confident in my abilities. Whether we'll make that step up to legendary, I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see how the season goes. But also, sign 4 players in your youth academy assigned to each of the following positions: goalkeeper, defender, midfielder and forward. Okay, so we just need to sign a youth player in each of those positions. Seems fairly easy to do. The youth development and the financial are the most important objectives to the board. So short term, sign at least 2 players younger than 20 years old with a potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. The players here, if we're being honest, aren't the greatest. So if they have potential greater than the average, then that should be fine. We do get blessed with a few youth players in the academy, which is really good to start with. A nice little change they've made to this year's game. Get a streak of 5 wins in home matches this season. That could be tough, although it is a low priority. So hopefully, if we don't achieve that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Financial, sell 2 players and sign 2 crucial players to replace them. Finish the season without any unspent transfer budget. Okay, so they want us to use everything we have. Sell 2 players and sign 2 crucial players to replace them. That might be a bit of an issue. So we could essentially sell 2 players who are never going to play and then sign 2 first teamers. That could be a thing. We will have to wait and see how that one goes. I haven't made any decisions yet as the squad. I've literally loaded this up and going through it with you. You're seeing this the first time. I'm seeing all of this as well. Domestic success, very low. Again, they just want us to avoid relegation. Continental success, no objectives, of course. So let's have a look then at the players in our youth academy. We do get 1 youth scout as well, which is really helpful. I'll send them out very soon. But in terms of players in the youth academy, we have 6, and a couple here stand out immediately. Matthias Kozak, 16 years old, has a potential ceiling of 93. And Miranda here as well, Pablo Miranda, Bolivian, has a potential ceiling of 92. Some other good players in there as well. Henry Ball from New Zealand, 86. Ilyas Benzekri from Morocco, again 82. Not a world beater, but could be a very good player. Abubakar as well from Nigeria, 73. And Ramon Cifuentes from Chile, only a potential ceiling of 65. I think actually I'm going to release Cifuentes now. It's not someone I'm interested with, and I don't really want to spend time having to grow him as well. So we'll keep the other 5 in here for now. Certainly some players we can, you know, maybe look to in the future, but I think for now, well, a couple of them aren't too bad. They might be able to come and help the squad. We'll have to wait and see. But now I'm going to go through the squad. I am going to maybe put some players up for transfer, maybe up for loan. We'll send out some scouts, send up a youth scout, and then we will look to get further into this career mode. Okay, so we've sorted out the first 11. I have actually changed to a 4-3-3, I won't lie. But this is the starting 11 we are going to go with. So Brad Collins is in goal. We have A. Williams at right back. I can't remember his name. We have a Williams on each fullback. Yeah, one of the Williams on one side, one of the Williams on the other. I will learn to tell their names. Hellick and Solbauer at the back. Lancaster has been put in CDM for now. We have no natural CDMs, and all of our CMs prefer to play further forward. So that is an area we are going to have to look to invest in. Maybe a couple of signings in that position. Mauer and Bearer, I'm going to go with in the middle. Yeah, our 2 best central midfielders. Thomas out on the right, Dominic Freeze out on the left. Chaplin is going to start up top. Corley Woodrow is a cam on this game. However, I have changed his development plan. I'm going to make him a striker. So him and Chaplin can compete for the striker spot over the course of the season. If we have a look at who we have listed, we have no one up for transfer list, but a lot of players up for loan. As you can see, lots of youngsters who aren't particularly brilliant. One decent player in there, Patrick Schmidt, but ahead of Chaplin and Woodrow, he's probably not going to get much football. So a lot of these players have been made for loan. Hopefully some of them could go out and get some football. If not, they can be back up. But still, a lot of youngsters in this Barnsley side. Corley Woodrow's development plan is the only one I've sorted as of yet. In terms of scouts or anything, I haven't sorted that out yet. We will send out our youth scout though, Harrison Bray, 3-star, not too bad. We will set up a scouting network, and we are just going to set one up in England for 9 months. So hopefully we will have some youth reports coming in at the end of each month, which is very good to see. Yeah, let me set up some, actually we can do that together, can't we? Let us set up a instruction for central defensive midfielders, and yeah, we will crack on with some training. Okay, so the training this year looks slightly different in FIFA 21. You have training days as opposed to training just a few players, mainly youngsters, and then you would pick their drill and then sim it. The training is slightly different this year in FIFA, if you're not already aware. If we have a look at the calendar view, so here you can see you can set your training schedule. So this is the default. Before a match is a rest day, after a match is a recovery day, and then weekly plan you can change. So at the moment it is intermittent training. You can have intermittent rest days, so there will be more rest days than there will training days. Only training during the week, which will really drain the player's fitness. Only rest days during the week, which of course, you know, you want them to be training, or intermittent training. So we will just have intermittent training as standard. As you can see, we've got our 3 pre-season friendlies lined up. But yeah, this year training is all about the players' fitness and their match sharpness. Is a new feature that's been added, as you can see there. And also with the training days, they will have drills set up, and then you can simulate them. They will default at a D though, so you won't be able to get the best into them. However, if you go into the drills and play them, and if you get your best grade as an A, from then on when you sim them, it will default at an A. So what you'll probably have to do when you start career mode is every time there's a training day, if there's a drill that you haven't played yet, go in, play it, as I'm about to now. Obviously I'll do them off camera, but hopefully we'll get the best results, and then we can sim them for the rest of, for the rest of the career mode, and we should get the best results. So I'll go ahead and play these drills now. You can change the players, change the drills, of course. These are just the ones that have been spat out, but you can change the players. So a lot of people have been, from what I have seen, not including the first team once it gets into the season, not including the first team as much, because training does bring down the fitness of your players, but it does rise the sharpness. First team players will get their match sharpness from playing games, so the subs and the reserves need the training the most. That seems to be the most popular way of doing it. I'm kind of just seeing how it goes. I've only had a very brief experience with career mode. I played a bit yesterday, just with the Reading one, just to get familiar with the new features. I haven't even played a game yet in career mode, so this is learning experience for you and me really. But as I said, I will go in and play these drills now, and then I will join you, and hopefully we'll get into some pre-season games and some transfers. So we got an A in all of those training drills. Very good to see. As you can see, the players' fitness has come down. Don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. But yeah, the players' fitness has come down, but the match sharpness has gone up. So very good to see. Lots of training days between now and the start of the season, however. So yeah, it will take a little bit of time to get there. Obviously, I'll cut all of that stuff out. Yeah, another training day, and then we have our first friendly of pre-season against Nancy. Just had a load of players come and chat to me saying they're glad I put them up for loan, but this is a new one. Alex Maurer, greetings boss, on behalf of the whole team, I wanted to welcome you to Barnsley. Well, Alex, thank you very much. The future is exciting. Thanks, really happy to be here. I'm very excited about what I think we can achieve together. Alex is happy, that sets a good tone. Very happy with things moving forward. So we have our first pre-season game of another training day complete, all A's in the drills. So Barnsley versus Nancy in this one. We are pretty much at full strength. I am going to leave the team as it is, but we are going to do the sim feature as opposed to the quick sim feature. A nice little addition to FIFA this year. The sim feature is interesting as well because you can jump into the game at any point. If you're perhaps losing and you want to go in and make the difference, you can just jump in and play the game yourself, which is an interesting thing. But as you can see, very FM-like with the 2D classic view here. You can also make substitutions as well, which is really good to see. You can see different things such as the player's fitness, the player's ratings, as you can see there, the stats of the game as well, and also you can adjust your, see your game plan and adjust accordingly, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. But Nancy are through here and they're already 1-0 up inside 9 minutes. This could be a pretty tough pre-season if we're going to sim the rest of it. But I will cut to you when there is a goal. We won't, watch this whole game. So it is half time then. 1-0 it remains. I think I'm just going to jump to the result. You guys kind of saw what the new feature was. It was kind of boring just sitting there and watching nothing else happening. We didn't have a shot in this first half, and it remained 1-0. We had one shot in the entire game. That second half looked dreadful, but you get the idea. We move on, and hopefully Portsmouth won. Interestingly, hopefully we'll have some transfers to speak of. But we're just going to make our way towards the first game of the season, and we will play that in today's episode. Okay, we have our second pre-season game in very quick succession. We are playing Clermont, but we will need to make changes. As you can see, the squad is very tired. So I will ring through the changes, and we'll see what team is spat out on the other side. Okay, so this is the team it's spat out with. We've had to stick with a couple of the players, Mauer and Thomas. We don't really have many alternatives in those positions, so they are just going to have to play. But a lot of changes elsewhere. We will quick sim this one, and 2-1 defeat Clarkador with the goal. We had more possession and more shots, but just couldn't get the result that perhaps we were deserved, but nevertheless we move on. I'm not too fussed about the pre-season. Portsmouth won again. Interestingly, we are starting to have players found by the scouts as well, so we are getting scout reports. But again, we'll move to the final pre-season game against Randers. Another offer has come in, and this time it is a 2-year loan option for Patrick Schmidt to go over to Turkey. I am happy to accept that deal. Hopefully Schmidt will go and get some much needed first team football. We had another training day. We are just about ready for our third pre-season fixture, and we've had another loan offer come in. George Miller on a 2-year loan deal going to FC Dynamo. Not too sure what that is, but again we will accept, and hopefully George can go and grow a bit over wherever Dynamo play. But now it is time, as we said, for our third pre-season fixture. I'm just interested to see what the Barcelona have signed Martial for 60 million. Christ, we will go through at the end of this episode to see what the biggest transfers have been so far. But yeah, very interesting transfer, that one. Again, full strength flying up. All the players are back fit, so we will just quick sim this one. Can we get a win at least in pre-season? No, we can't. A 0-0 draw. I have to say, Randos probably deserved the win, but we are out of the pre-season tournament, but it doesn't matter. Get a little bit of money, but now it is just on the road to the first game of the season. Two of our players have gone out on loan. George Miller has gone on his 2-year loan to Dynamo, and Patrick Schmidt has gone on his 2-year loan to Çaykur Rizespor in Turkey. But we are starting to have scout reports coming back, so this is what has been turned up. Namdi, a football from Bournemouth. Young, again, I don't think he's quite... I want to bring in good players. I want to really establish this team. So I don't think Offerball is going to be the man we look to get in on this occasion. Who else have we had scout reports for? Glenn Rea as well. 67 is up there. He would be one of the better players in our team. Only 25 years old as well. Dominic Gate from Wycombe, again 67 rated, would be one of the better players in our team as well. Who else is in there? Sean McDonald from Rotherham, 64 rated. I think we can say no to that one. Coleskew, 66 rated. as well, 34 years old. I think we can say no to that one. Quite a few new reports have come in. I would be quite tempted in signing Rhea or Gape, so I will add these boys to the transfer, the shortlist. Sorry, in the transfer hub. We'll send a few more scouts out, and then I'll come back to you in a second with the shortlist goings on. Right, so we are in the transfer hub then. Glenn Rhea, let's have a look. Can play CDM and centre back, which is ideal. Again, 25 years old, 6 foot, so not too bad. Some of his stats, his physical, he's not exactly quick, but he's decent. You know, he's got good stamina, his aerial ability, good strength as well, so very much a battler in the midfield. In terms of Dominic Gape, can play further forward slightly, is a bit smaller than Glenn Rhea, but that means he's probably physically a little bit more gifted. Yeah, not very quick, but very good balance, great stamina, good engine. So I think physically has the edge on Glenn Rhea. Technically as well, probably has the edge. So I'm not too sure, to be honest, who I would probably prefer. We may be able to bring them both in because they're fairly cheap, and we have a little bit of room to work with, plus a couple of CDMs would be ideal. In terms of what they want for Glenn Rhea, between 1.45 and 1.95 for Glenn Rhea, who's valued at 1.2, very cheap wages. In terms of Dominic Gape, exactly the same, but slightly more in wages. I think we will look to try and maybe bring them both in. I think they would be very good options as well. 25 years old, so kind of fits in with the young core of players that we have, or younger. I mean, they would be slightly older than the majority of our squad, but that says a lot considering they're 25 years old. So I think I'm going to go in for Glenn Rhea. We'll see what they have to say. Remember, the transfer negotiations are on strict, so let's have a look then. Let's offer at the lower end of what they said, 1.45 million. We'll see how that fares. They're happy with that. Excellent. Right, okay. So we can go straight in and negotiate with Glenn Rhea then. How much was he on? He's on 3.9k a week. Well, that shouldn't be too much. Hopefully he doesn't want a substantial growth in wages. We will wait to see what the Irishman has to say. There I am in all my glory. Right, okay, so we get to pick a squad role for the guy. I think, I'm going to go for rotation to start with, because I think him and Gape could interchange quite a lot. So on that basis, I'll go for rotation. He wants important. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. So we move on. In terms of a length, it's only 25, so I'm happy to give him a 3-year deal. He's happy with that. Excellent. No release clause is fine with me. Now, what does he want in terms of wages? He wants a wage cut. Well, I'm happy to oblige. We will remove the bonus and see what he says. Happy to do that. Excellent. So we have Glenn Rhea then, our first signing here at Barnsley for another lonely side from the Championship in Luton. Excellent. Okay, so in terms of the budget, now we have 1.79 million and 2.29k in wages. Well, we will move this slightly up just so we can maybe have to pay the upper echelon of what they want for Dominic Gape. But so far, so good. But like I said, I am going to go for Gape as well. I think they're two very good options in the midfield. So let's have a look. His asking price might have come down slightly, interestingly enough. Okay, so offer transfer fee. We will go in again at the lower end of what they wanted. We'll offer 1.4 million and see what Wycombe say. They want 290 grand plus Ben Williams. Wow, that is not a deal I thought I would encounter. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to sell Ben Williams. He is my first choice left back. Let's counter. Let's propose another. So they want fullbacks. Is there anyone we can offer them? We could give them, if they want a left back, we'll give them Charlie Winfield. So we will propose a new transfer fee as well. We'll go to, let's go 1.1 million and see what they say. They want Winfield, but 1.2 and a sell-on clause. Let's see if we can remove the sell-on clause and then go with that. Okay, excellent. So it's going to be 1.2 million plus Charlie Winfield in the deal. So let's negotiate with Dominic Gape, and hopefully we can bring in our second signing in a few minutes. Okay, so Gape is in. I'm going to say again, rotation. See how he says to that. He wants important. Again, I'm kind of happy to oblige. Morale isn't as well. It is more of a factor this year on FIFA. We'll wait and see how much of a factor, but it's not as bad as it is on Football Manager, I would say. Again, happy to give him a 3-year deal at 25 years old. He's happy with that. No release clause, and again, he wants a wage cut as well. We will remove the bonus. Happy to give him a signing bonus, and he wants a slight bump in wages. That's fine. Excellent. Dominic Gape has joined. Charlie Winfield has gone the other way. 2 excellent pieces of business. Glad we didn't have to get rid of Ben Williams, so we will add those 2 boys to the side and we will press on. Maybe have a look and see if there are any other areas that we can address in this team. Right, we've sorted out the team then. Glenn Rea has come in, just adjusted a few instructions. I'm now going to look for a winger, maybe a couple. Freezer and Thomas are only natural wide players, so we could do with at least 1 extra in that area. But yeah, so we'll see what the scouts turn up, but again, we will hit the road to the first game of the season. I'm not even sure who we are playing in the first game of the season. It is a home game against Wycombe, so a good opportunity then to get 3 points on the board, but then a pretty tough month actually. But we play Wycombe and Luton in this month, both the new signings, former teams. That's what I was trying to say. But anyway, we move on. I'll do the training. If there's any transfers, you'll see it. Otherwise, I'll see you for the game against Wycombe. Okay, we've had a couple of scout reports come in. I'm joining you a little later than I ideally would, for a couple of right players based in Spain. Now, I added this guy to my shortlist. His name is Alberto Sorro, 21. As you can see, overall rate is 70. Would be a great addition. It come up on the thing saying the player's recently joined and he won't leave again. So I was like, maybe we can loan him. Didn't think anything would come of it. Press approach to loan, and here we are. So I think I'm just going to go for the basic terms of a loan deal. Again, kind of caught off guard at this point. We'll go for 1 year. Okay, they're happy for us to have him for a year on loan. Wage split. Let's go 50-50 and see what they say. Yeah, okay, they're happy with that. Excellent. So I didn't want to talk through it because I wasn't really sure, the big build-up to last time, but we got a few scout reports in. Some of them weren't great, but these 2 stood out in particular. Sorro, as you can see, and the guy Javier Aviles from Leganes, 22 years old, slightly lower overall rating, but again, they wanted potentially a lot of money for him. I don't know what we're looking like in terms of wages and okay, transfer budget, so 860 with a lot of wages to spare, to be fair. I mean, maximum, we could have pushed that up to 1.9, so we wouldn't have been able to afford Aviles, whatever his name was. But again, with Sorro, a loan deal has gone in. We just have to wait now for him to come through. Hopefully, that'll be a really good addition. Okay, Alberto Sorro has turned us down. Excellent, well that's not what we wanted. And Corley Woodrow is ready to be changed into a striker. So if we head to the development plan and then we press Y, and there we go, Corley Woodrow, and that's bumped his overall up by 2 points. That's massive. I didn't even know that was possible because of the because of changing positions. Whether it's because of that or because of training or whatever, I'm not too sure. But he's bumped up a couple of points. That makes him a very valuable asset. But nevertheless, Sorro has turned us down. Sorrow for us indeed. But we will, as we said, go through, have a look at a few more players. And maybe, yeah, I think Aviles is probably out of our reach. We'll remove Sorro. But yeah, Aviles would have been a really good player as well. 4-star, can play all across the midfield. but just cannot afford him, unfortunately. So the press goes on, but Wycombe is just a few days away. Okay, so it's just ticked over to the 1st of August. The Wycombe game is just moments away. We've got more scout reports in as well, which we'll talk about. Plus, the youth intake has, well, the month's youth scout report has had a look. That's what I'm trying to say. So the players that are in at the moment, again, all still very high ceilings. Miranda and Ball certainly look like they're going to be very good players. Benzekri, again, not the greatest ceiling, same for Abubakar, but we'll keep them in there for now. Miranda and Ball are maybe players that I might look to get into the side fairly shortly. I think we'll keep Ball in there for now just because we are looking for a winger in the transfer window, but Miranda is certainly someone that I could call upon almost straight away. He's got a 5-star weak foot already. Yeah, this guy could be something very special. So we'll leave them in there for now. We'll wait until maybe next month to see what happens. In terms of the scout, has he brought in anything decent? Charles Stevens, 56 to 76. We'll wait on that. Logan Jarvis, 68 to 92. We'll wait on that one. Again, Lance Harvey, 58 to 76. Alexander Jones, 59 to 81. We will wait all of those. We will see how they turn out. But in terms of scout reports, let's have a look at what has come in. So Roberto Massimo is probably, again, a little bit not quite what we're looking for. Has got room to grow, but someone I'm probably not interested in right now. I want players to come in and help us immediately because we are fairly weak in the squad. Robin Shue, I should say. Again, it may be of interest. We will add him to the shortlist. Tom Baumgart, again, maybe someone of interest. We will add him to the shortlist as well. Boubacar Barry, that's a great name. 66 overall, 24. I'm probably going to say no. Thomas Pledel, definitely someone that I am interested in. Wages may be an issue. And Jim Patrick Muller, 65 at 30 years old. Someone we probably will be able to afford, but I am going to say no on this occasion. We won't probably be able to afford any of these guys, but we'll keep them on the shortlist. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some more scout reports in soon. Okay, so I've played around with the finances, and this guy has suddenly become affordable. Robin Shue. Now, it's the same age and the same overall as Rhea and Gabe, so we're bringing in another solid player potentially. Decent versatility, 4-star weak foot, has got really good physicals. So I think he is someone that I am going to go for. It was his wages and the fact that they want such a minimal amount of money that really was the clincher. So we are going to approach to buy this guy from Sandhausen, and we'll see how the negotiations go. Again, we will offer a transfer fee. We'll start at the lower end of what they wanted and see how that works out. 1.25 is good for them. Excellent. Right. So he is on 2.7k a week in wages. Let's negotiate. This following Barnsley's transfer sort of strategy quite closely. They're bringing a lot of players from like Germany, Austria, Switzerland, that sort of area. So it would fit into the club's philosophy. No end. We will offer him rotation, see what he says. He wants important. Again, kind of happy to oblige with that. In terms of a contract, he wants 3 years. I'm very happy to give him that at 25 years of age. No release clause is absolutely fine. In terms of wages, what does he want? Okay, so he's waiting for me to make an offer. We'll offer him what he's on and see what he says. Wants 3k a week. That is not too bad. Again, we will remove the signing bonus and see what he says. Wants a little bit of a bump. That is fine. Robin Shue is in. Welcome to Barnsley, sir. Again, another very good option for us to bring in. Right, it is game day. Finally, it feels like we will attend the pre-match press conference, our first press conference of the season, and see how it goes. We have adjusted the side, and Shue has been moved onto the bench. Woodrow has gone into the team, but we'll go through the team in just a second. After all the build-up to your debut, how has preseason prepared you for the real thing? I'm going to say I believe in these players because we just want to get morale higher. Can your boys beat the drop this season? The players are good enough. Definitely. I believe so. And under my stewardship, I certainly think so. Is Rhea ready to make an impact? He'll make a difference for certain. Very good acquisition for us. Gone straight into the team, and I will show you that in due course. But we are finally ready to get the first game of the season underway. A massive game, a real opportunity to take 3 points. So you can see the team then. Bradley Collins is in goal. Jordan Williams at right back. Ben Williams at left back. Yes, I finally learned their names. Helic and Solbauer in the middle. Rhea in centre defence midfield. Bearer and Mowat in the middle. Thomas on the right. Luke Thomas. Dominic Freezer on the left. Corley Woodrow is going to start up top. So without any further ado, let us play the match. And hopefully we will grab 3 points on the opening day. So let's get the game underway then. It's going to be interesting having to talk while playing FIFA. Normally a one for concentration. As Alex Mowat is battling his way through at the moment. We will cut back though. Find Freezer into Corley Woodrow. Rhea, good support. Into Bearer. Shifted past his man. Goes for the long shot. But it is well wide. Early sighter in the first half. Let's see if that can be a theme that can be continued throughout the game. Onidimma in the area now. Still got the ball and he manages to shoot, and well, that has gone horrendously wide. He did well to lose his man in the area, but his shot not threatening whatsoever. Freezer now been released on this left hand side, got space to run into. He's going to keep going. Freezer into the box. Corley Woodrow, and that is 1-0. What an opening day this is turning out to be so far. 15 minutes in, already 1-0 ahead. A very easy goal, and Corley Woodrow gets the first goal of the season for Barnsley. Really good play by Freezer. Woodrow just peels off. An easy as finish as you like. We are off the mark against Wycombe. Alex Samuel to Patterson. It's a good tackle though by Helic, and a good ball up to Woodrow. There's space here. We've opened the gap. Alex Mowat is the one charging through. Go for the long shot, and it's a save by David Stockdale. Turns it behind. Already Wycombe leaving gaps in defence, which is not ideal. Ball in, and Helic with the header over. I haven't yet scored from a corner on FIFA. They seem to be a lot harder for whatever reason this year. But again, good signs, and we press on. Good ball from Ray. Woodrow finds Mowat. Again, Freezer's lost his man. He's into the area. Dominic Freezer. Oh, and he finds the top corner. What a finish from Dominic Freezer. A lovely little ball played to him by Alex Mowat, and they thought the defender was going to get there. Thought he'd taken one touch too many, but he absolutely blasts it into the top corner. A really good finish from the debutant. Stockdale with no chance, and after the half hour we are 2-0 to the good. Good ball into Woodrow. Hold-up play has been really good in this game. Mowat, Freezer, Woodrow. He's found a bit of space. Oh, he's turned the defender really well. He's still got the ball. Finds Bearer. Oh, he can't get the shot away. Falls to him, and that is 3-0. One of the more fortunate goals you'll see. But the ball has fallen very nicely for Bearer, and we make it 3-0. Really good play from Woodrow again. He's been superb. Again, it's a really good block from the defender, but it just falls straight back to Bearer. 3-0. I think world class might be a bit too easy. Freezer does well to lose his man again. Oh, I was looking for Woodrow. The ball finds its way back to Barnsley. And Thomas, well, it was originally intended for Thomas, but Woodrow is in. Oh, he's missed. How has he missed that? Oh, we could have been 4-0 up at the break. That, the last opportunity before half-time, is how I think this first half is going to finish. It is. It's 3-0 at half-time. Absolute domination from Barnsley. A gilt-edge opportunity missed by Corley Woodrow just before the break. There could have been so much more, but second half still to come. I feel like there are plenty more goals still to be in this game. Really not seen a lot from Wycombe so far in this game, but they're playing it about nicely here. I think Onidimma still onside. We've done well there. We'll force it back out though. Onidimma out to Jacobson, gets the ball in, and it's well defended in the end. I think from Ben Williams who got the header in, and now potentially Barnsley can break. Oh, it's a good tackle, but it's fallen to Mowat, and he can release Dominic Freezer. Woodrow is making a really good run into the area, and he finds the back of the net. He has got his goal, Corley Woodrow. He has his second of the game. He's put that opportunity missed just before half-time behind him. And well, it is 4-0. I am wondering whether World Class is slightly too easy. But then it is Wycombe, who are one of the poorest sides in the division. So we will have to wait and see. But for now, 4-0. There's a long ball forward. Solbauer will come across, but he's missed it. Now it's 3 against 2. A lovely ball into Horgan. And the shot is poor. Ben Williams does well to come across. Maybe puts him off slightly. But yeah, really poor finish from Wycombe. Good ball. Woodrow back to Bearer. Woodrow. Oh, it didn't quite fall for Thomas. Oh, it could have been 5. A very good save from Stockdale. Woodrow looking for his hat-trick. Mowat does well to win it back. Finds Woodrow now. Into Bearer. Oh, it's a lovely turn. Oh, but he can't quite get on the end of it. And Stockdale again has to clear into touch. It's an absolute onslaught on the Wycombe goal. And we come forward again. Woodrow. Can he bend one? Oh, straight at Stockdale. Good effort. He's definitely looking for that hat-trick. Does he find it inside the final 15 minutes? Akinfenwa on the field for Wycombe as well. I think we are going to make some changes of our own. Bearer is going to come off now the game is won. Callum Styles is going to come onto the pitch. Just keep some fresh legs, get some sharpness into maybe some of the players who wouldn't play as much as well. But this football is sublime. And Alex Mowat is in behind. Mowat, he makes it 5. The captain, of course he does. He's been superb today as well. What a finish from Alex Mowat. Always confident from there that he can find the back of the net. And he has lasered one into the top corner. A superb move as well, right from the back that was. What a hit. Gape is going to come on for his debut as well. Raya has played very well in this game. But 5-0 it is. I think we will have to move this up to legendary. We built a goal from the back last time. Can we do it again? Solbauer into Gape. Finds Woodrow. Thomas has got all the time and space in the world. Luke Thomas in the middle. Callum Styles. He makes it 6 just before the 90th minute. And again, just like the last goal, back to front in an instant. And well, Robin Shue is going to come on for the final few minutes and make his debut, replacing the captain Alex Mowat. But it is 6-0. What an opening day this has been. Wycombe must be thinking they have a long old season ahead. But we won't get ahead of ourselves just yet. If we're going to bump this difficulty up, it will be interesting to see how the rest of the season goes. But that is going to be that, a 6-0 win on opening day. You can't ask for much better than that. Superb performances all round indeed. Having a look at the player ratings, Corley Woodrow with a 10. Freezer was superb as well. Styles up to an 8.3. The defence solid without having much to do. As you can see, Bearer and Mowat getting their goals, but Woodrow grabbed 2, Styles grabbed 1, Freezer grabbed 1. Really good performances all round. Let's do the post-match press conference. Wycombe had 3 shots and none on target in that game. Norwich beat Swansea, Rotherham beat Luton. Big result for them. But let's see what's said in the post-match press conference. Delighted with the first win. It was all about, it was all about 100% effort. Really pleased with what we saw today. Obviously, newly promoted side, we fancied ourselves and we absolutely dispatched them. So much was expected of Raya. Was the debut a bit of a letdown? I mean, he was fine. He'll give us more. I know what he's got today. How can you say that he had a bad game? We won 6-0. Got to see the chance of Gape in action for the first time. I wanted to see how he fitted in. I wanted to see him play. He didn't get onto the ball too much, but the game was already won by then, so it doesn't matter too much. There we go. Press conference over. And well, we've had another loan offer, but that is it for today's episode. If we just have a look at the league's table, we sit pretty, of course. It is only 1 game gone, but 6 goal difference already sets us apart superbly. Norwich sit there in second, all the relegated sides, as you would expect. up there. If we have a look at the calendar in terms of what is coming next episode, I'm not too sure how I'm going to structure these. I think what we might do is play maybe something like 3 games an episode, something like that. Obviously I won't bring you the whole game, we'll just show you the highlights, but you know, I think Championship is a very packed schedule. So in the next episode then we will have Bournemouth in the league, we will have Northampton in the EFL Cup, and then we will have Cardiff in the league as well. So 2 very tough games in there, especially if we are going to bump this up to Legendary. I did say I was going to show you the transfers so far that have taken place, transfer history. So the most expensive deals have been done so far then. Koulibaly to Real Madrid for 88 million. Ricardo Pereira to Bayern Munich for 65 million. Jesus to Inter, interesting, 62.5. Martial to Barcelona, as we saw earlier. City to Arsenal, 48 million. Tadic to Dortmund. Joseph Martinez to Man United. Well, someone's finally taken a punt on him. Can he do well at United? Gene from Getafe to Spurs for 40 million. That's a big transfer from Getafe. Aspas to Atletico for 39. And Soler to Chelsea. Interesting to see. I've seen some of these transfers before, so maybe some of them are a little bit scripted. That has been in previous years of FIFA. Koulibaly to Real Madrid I've seen before as well. City to Arsenal I've seen. Tadic to Dortmund I've seen. But some of these are fairly new. Barnes to Everton. Nainggolan to Man City. Wow, some very big moves. Regani to Spurs. Interesting to see. But yeah, that is where we're going to leave today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to more of FIFA 21 on the channel. Pop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more FIFA content. And I will see you in the next one.